Hey y'all, it's Paula with Hillbilly Orchids. Welcome back to my channel. I had to redo the introduction for the Vanda video because I thought it was all Vandas, so I added in my little guys, which my little guys do a lot better than these big guys. So then I was like, after I was watching everybody's videos, I'm like, everybody's saying big Vandas, and I'm like, read your email, Paula. You know, it's like, come on. I'm so tired. My dog's got me up at 4:30 this morning and I'm just exhausted. I'm whooped. But now that I'm awake and with the program, we're talking about the big Vandas. And I'll have a list of everybody participating in the Care Collab. And I appreciate you for inviting me, Nina. But I really like to get into this subject because I've really struggled with these Vandas, so hopefully somebody can learn from how things have happened with me, and maybe had a solution with their plants by doing what I did. So hopefully I can help somebody out, because they've really really struggled in my environment, as you'll see coming up. I will show you. I've had these two here were my very first two, the Adisac citrine, this one, and it lost all of its roots, and you can see finally she's coming back around. And of course my my pink no ID, those two were my first two, and both of them completely lost every single root they had. They were nothing but a stick with leaves, and I managed to pull them back to life. So I'll show you later how I did that and tell you more about that. But hang on and we will get into this Care Collab video. Thanks y'all for stopping by and watching. Alrighty, and we're back. And as you remember, or as you know if you watch my weekend walk-arounds, this is where my Vandas hang. I have the, that is the Vanda ceruleans. This is the Vanda Adisac citrine. This is a pink no ID Vanda that I bought in Florida. That one is Vanda Supatra Delight. And of course over there is the big Vanda Sanderiana. Now, I didn't realize Sanderiana gets as big as it does, so I'm a little freaked out. That one gets pretty big. So, but I'm going to take them over to the table, or a couple of them, and I'm going to talk to you about them and show you what I do with them at nighttime. So hang on one second, but I wanted to show you, this is where they hang. I have them hanging right around my Mars Hydro. So hang on, we'll be right back. Alright, we are back. This root ball here belongs to my pink no ID Vanda. And like I had told you, this plant wound up being, it was down to these 4 leaves on the bottom of this plant. And I thought sure I was going to lose this plant. Well, I kept soaking it every night. I soaked it in cow mag and sea kelp solution every night. 200 parts per million, about 50 of sea kelp and the rest cow mag, but every night until a root actually popped on this plant. And I'll show you, I'll insert pictures to show you. That's why I wanted you to realize, fight for them. If they're struggling, keep going until you can find out how they will grow in your environment. They will adapt most times. I mean, this one I really thought it was a goner, and I'm almost surprised. This is probably about the size that it bloomed last time. So if I wind up seeing blooms on this again after, I brought it home, it was in bloom from my honeymoon from Florida. If I wind up seeing this thing in bloom again, I will just be over the moon. But every night, and she's going to wind up needing a bigger bucket, as you can see. That's what the bucket that I put her in every night. I just submerge her in there like that. And she definitely does need a bigger bucket because she's not really getting all of her roots in the water and the fertilizer mix. But she soaks in my 200 parts per, or my 150 to 200 parts per million Jack's 2-part system fertilizer every night. So after the initial, when she started growing roots and everything, then I really started feeding her. And this is what I've came up to. She's really, this seems to be really what helps my plants and my environment. So, that's what I'm saying. Don't ever give up on them. I believe Justin said in his video, they're stronger. They're more hardy than you believe. They say orchids are, delicate and this and that, but they're more hardier than you think. So don't give up on them. But this is what I do with mine every single night. So I don't think there's anything else I haven't really covered. You would think, my grow room's warm. It always stays, this year I think a few times it got down to 66 degrees in the winter. But most of the time it stays really warm, and I don't have any issues with it at all. They do pretty good once it warms back up. I really tried not to let it go that low because I didn't like them being in water and at that low of temperatures. But a few nights it didn't seem to really affect anything, as you can see by the massive root ball it has. But most of mine have perked up with roots. So hang on, we'll go over here. I'll show you the Sanderiana roots. They're the only one that's not doing the greatest, but still they've came a long way from what they were. So hang on, we'll be right back. Okay. And there's the Sanderiana. Like I said, it has it's struggled. It has definitely not been the happiest, but it's trying. It's coming back. It's putting out lots of root nubbins. So it'll take off. It'll, give it a little bit of time, and you can see the roots starting to come out around the base of it. The soaking every night just seems to help, and it seems to be what they need in this environment. See that one growing up the growing up the leaf. And so far, I have, like I said, I've pretty well struggled with them all, and I've not had one to bloom yet. So, but, I'm just now getting them to get roots back on them. So blooms will be coming. I thought the Supatra Delight, she got a spike, but then it wound up dying on me. And then it came up with another spike, but that spike kind of browned off. And I don't know why. I don't know if it needed time to adjust, but I did stick it in a little bit of bark in the basket as well, just for a little extra moisture is why I do a little bit of bark on them. So, but for the most part, once the roots grow out, then they're just kind of on their own. So, but I hope that really helps somebody, really realize that, you can see them sticking out on that one. That one didn't have very many roots at all either, and neither did the Vanda ceruleans. It really branched out. So, but with that said, I appreciate y'all stopping by and hanging out with me, and bye for now till we meet again, y'all.